movers. New allegations that employees in the Chicago Public School District engaged in fraud, even used drugs with students. Liz Harrington from the Washington Free Beacon is reporting on this, and she has details. Liz, first of all, that extraordinary allegation, and I believe it was placed by the Inspector General in Chicago of Public Schools, that some teachers had used drugs with students. Can you elaborate on that? What's the allegation here?
Sure. So, yes, the Inspector General released its annual review of everything it investigated within the Chicago public school system last year. And one of the big things they found was obviously the CEO had engaged in a $23 million kickback scam, fraudulent, but they also uncovered lots of other illegal activity. And for one, they found a teacher's assistant who was arrested with 18 pounds of cannabis. They had another teacher who was arrested for smoking marijuana with a student in a car. You had a security officer soliciting teenage high school girls for sex. You had other officials stealing from the cheerleading school fund to try to sell those online, or just stealing the cash, taking it with them. You had other officials that were stealing museum passes meant for kids that showed up for the first day of school. It was meant to reward them for being good students, and they stole them and tried to sell them online. So lots of bad behavior going on in Chicago.
You've given us a lot of examples here.
Right.
Can you draw the conclusion that this bad behavior, so to speak, is really widespread in the Chicago school district? Can you make that assumption?
I mean, from reading the report, and obviously this spans a year and there's lots of investigations, but you do see a pattern here of lots of, not seemingly qualified individuals are getting positions in the school system. And granted, the right actions were taken in a lot of these cases. A lot of them either resigned or were fired.
Didn't the teachers union in Chicago, I think they went on strike or threatened to go on strike, and broke the back of Chicago's finances with their demands and what they were actually given in their contract? That's reality, isn't it?
Right, and they're threatening to strike again. I think this report adds to really the poor state of affairs of the Chicago public school system. The union is, they're going after Rahm Emanuel now as well. It's really in a bad position. I think this report doesn't help their standing in the eyes of, the rest of the nation.
It's about the worst PR for any major city that I can imagine. Liz Harrington, Washington Free Beacon, thank you very much for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thank you.